But if you're still skeptical that is, about getting back into equities, there's another place to invest. It's wine. Joining me now with the ins and the outs, Peter Shakeshaft, founder of Vin-X Limited, a wine broker. They specialize in introducing private individuals to the benefits of investing in wine. All right, so Peter, I'm happy to drink a bottle of wine, but why would I invest in a bottle of wine?
Well, I think they're two separate things, Jerry. I think that, first of all, you've got to look at the top 25 vintages in the whole world. And people invest in it for two reasons, I guess. The first is because it's the most superb currency leveler. The Americans buy fine wine, the Russians do, the Chinese do, the Brazilians do. So you can imagine it just getting out of any currency and just being one flat currency. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that we're seeing a lot of people coming out of bonds now, and they're looking for alternative assets. They're not sure about the economy, and they want to get involved in something like wine.
All right, talk to me about these wine funds. How do they operate? Is it like any other kind of mutual fund?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You've just got to be careful about, obviously, who you're trading with, but you've just got to be going for wines that, like a stock, you've got to be able to exit as well as get into the market.
Well, you know, that brings up a question. We have a graphic here of, I guess you say, the LiveX Fine Wine 100 Index, and it encountered some problems. It's come down quite considerably in the last 18 months, and I just wonder why. So does wine trade similarly to the S&P? Does it trade against it? What's the typical trend?
Well, you've got to look at it over a longer period of time. You don't want to spot trade the market like you would do stocks and shares. You're looking at it between a 3- and 5-year hold as a sort of a base minimum, with about a $3,000 entry level if you're going to buy one specific case. But, you know, there was a great article here last year when we just celebrated the Queen's 60th anniversary, and they were looking for the best investment over the course of her reign since 1952. And wine beat gold, it beat oil, it beat the S&P 500, it beat FTSE.
Wow.
So, you know, I think that generally speaking, exactly, yeah. So a lot of people now are just turning their heads a little bit away from traditional investments and getting involved in wine.
Now, Peter, I understand that if you're serious, that wine isn't even in your house. You don't even hold it at home. It's in a special warehouse somewhere. Why is that?
You and I like it to be in our houses. I know that because, you know, we just like a nice glass of wine, I guess. But yeah, it's held in bonded warehouses, and you don't pay any duty that way. And consequently, you know, the taxes are left to one side. When you go to sell, that's when you pay up.
Tell me about the fees. It's always important to ask about the fees with any investment.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there are two ways of fees, really, I guess. The one is that they just incorporate in the case of wine, or if it's a fund, obviously the fund on the document is out there for everybody to see, of course, under the regulations. Or people put a percentage. I mean, I like to think of our firm as being, you know, Vin-X has been set up to be the stockbrokers of the wine investment trade, and we just clearly state our fees. So that's the way we go.
All right. Peter, we're out of time. I have more questions. You must come back. It's a fascinating topic, and would love to hear more about it. Thanks so much for your time tonight. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on, Jerry. It's late at night here, but enjoy a glass when you get home.
It is late there. Thanks a bunch.